In this video, I'm going to tell you how to find out six-figure grid reference in topo sheets. See, before starting, let us go through the basics first, that what exactly is a grid. See, grid is a set of two parallel lines. One is the lines which are running from south towards the north, which we call as eastings. Okay, and the other one is the lines which run from left towards the right direction, or we can also say from east to west. These lines, these sort of parallel lines, we call them as northings. Now if we join both the set of lines, that is eastings and northings, we get a grid system. This, which you can see on your screen, is a grid system. Now let's suppose we have one point A over here, and we need to find out that what is the 4-figure and the 6-figure grid reference of this particular point A. So let's see how can we find out. First of all, the easier one, that is the 4-figure grid reference. For that, what we need to do is, the norm is that first we mention the eastings and then we mention the northings of that particular point. So as you can see in the grid reference, the eastings, as I told you, this is that particular easting, 34, for this particular point A, and this is the northing, that is 92, for this point A. This easting, the combination of this easting and this northing will be referring to this particular area. Alright, and in this particular square only, that is point A. So it was that simple. So first write down the eastings, and that is 34, and after that the next two decimals or the digits will be for the northings, and that is 92 here. So the full answer of the 4-figure grid reference will be 3492, or we can say 3492 will be the grid reference, 4-figure grid reference of point A. Now let's get to the slightly complicated part, that is to find out the 6-figure grid reference of this point A. See, now in order to find out the 6-figure grid reference, firstly we will be needing the value of eastings as well as the value of northings here. Now this is the exact format of a 6-figure grid reference. Now see what all blanks denote which particular things. First two places are fixed for the eastings. Here we are going to write down the northings. In this place we are going to write down the distance in mm, that is from left to right, and here we are going to write down the distance of that particular point in mm from bottom to top. Okay, just focus here. Here it is the distance from left towards the right, and here we are taking the distance from bottom towards the top. Alright, now see this point A. I have made an enlarged version of this particular grid over here. See, so as we all know that right now we calculated that this point A is having a 4-figure grid reference of 3492. Now after this we are going to find out the distance of this point A from left towards right. So you can use a regular scale whichever you are having, and we have to calculate in mm, that is in millimeters, the distance of this point A from this particular line and going towards the right direction. Okay, so if we just put a scale here, you can see that this particular point A will be 16 mm away from this particular line. 16 mm away. Alright, so 16 is the measurement of the distance from left towards right. Okay, so here we wrote 16, that is the distance from left to the right. Now after this, we'll calculate the distance of this same point A from bottom to top. So here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and it goes till 11 mm. So we can say that point A with reference to this line is 11 mm away. Now whatever the answer comes, first of all we have written this 11 mm also here. So whatever the answer comes here in mm, this 16 is also in mm and this 11 is also in mm. Now whatever the answer comes in millimeters, what we need to do is, see, there are two digits here. Here also we can see there are two digits, but there is only one blank. How can we just input the two digits here? We can only input one single digit here. So in order to convert all these into one single digit, what we need to do is we need to divide this by 2. Whatever the reading comes in mm, okay, regardless of the distance in mm from left to right or from bottom to top, we need to divide those values by 2. So 16 divided by 2, answer will be 8. 11 divided by 2, answer will be 5.5. So whatever the answer comes, we'll write it here. See, the left to right value is coming 8. So we have written here in the 6 figure 8 like this. Now after this comes the reading from bottom to top. Now here a point should be remembered that suppose if the reading is coming in odd numbers, so definitely when you will divide any odd number by 2, you will get a decimal number here. Now the question arises that how to round off this particular number. So in this geography part, that is in topo sheet part, what we need to do is we just need to check whether the number after the decimal is more than or equal to 0.5. If it is so, then we need to take the next digit right after that, next natural number we can say. So what is the natural number right next to 5.5? That is 6. This will be considered as correct. But don't do this particular mistake in your exams, that if it is written 5.5, we will not round it up to 5. This is a wrong one. Okay. So what we need to do is, if the number is 0.5, the decimal system is 0.5 or more than 0.5, then we consider the next number as the correct number. Okay. Suppose if the number was 5.2, then we would have considered it as 5, not 6. Why? Because the number after the decimal, that is less than 0.5. Okay, I hope you got my point. So this is the correct bottom to top reading. So this we are going to write 6 over here. Alright, so this is how we got the 6-figure grid reference of point A overall, and that is 348926. Okay, now I hope you have got a better understanding of the 6-figure grid reference, and it is very easy to find out. Hope you all have got the answers. Thank you everyone.